All right, you can see here, now we're gonna talk about how I do the little toe pads. These are really super stylized. I've already stitched these two on, and I haven't done several steps to these yet. This is just the pearl cotton part. So I'm going to show you on this one how I did this. Now, I start in the middle of the bottom part of the, and I push up through. I don't mind this not being here because I'm going to cover it up. And then I pull it, and I'm almost going to stab, because I want these to be kind of even-ish. I don't want them all to come to a point on the back. Okay, so there's the first one. And then here's the second one. And I'm making sure that it's not coming back to the same point. And then I do a diagonal. You can see where I'm going there, how the needle's going. And again, you can see I'm holding the thread as much as I can to keep it, the pearl cotton thread, in place. Now, again, since this isn't going to be seen, this is going to be covered up by the little toe pad, the little foot pad. I put a little foot pad here, a little felt one. I'm just going to do a single knot and hide the end of the thread. Okay, now I can already see these are starting to look a little weird here. This one's a little too far over and this one's a little too close. It looks kind of okay, but I can tell that that stitch is about to fall over. Well, I came up with a way of hiding that. And I'm going to show you how I do that. I've got just a single strand of embroidery floss on a 10 needle. And I come up right through the same place. And I'm aiming for these threads and where these two come together. Because I just got really annoyed that I couldn't, I liked the idea of them being wrapped around, but the fact that the stitches were falling off was just irritating me. Okay, now that's where I want that to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that backward. I'm going to pull this up just ever so slightly. There. This way I can kind of anchor this where I want it. And I do it to all three of them. So that way, can you see how I kind of pulled that a little bit? And it's not still not incredibly straight on that side, but on the front, I know it's not going to move anymore. And I do the same thing. Pull back through. And you'll notice too, I'm only dropping a single knot in here. There's a reason why I'm doing that. Because, and I'm only pulling through once. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue and put this here. Now I do it two different ways. There are times in which I will put glue and spread it all over the little toe pad and then make sure it adheres. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to add a little bead here right on the knot. So I know this is one of those things I do to make sure the knot isn't going to go anywhere. And then I'm just going to press this on top, leaving these little sides kind of, you can really see it here, how it's like not down at all. Now the reason I'm going to do that is because here, every once in a while I decide I want to applique these little toe pieces, the little toe pads down, and then I'm going to go around them the same way I've gone around them here. And part of me was like, I think the reason why is because these are almost always pink on my animals, and these animals are almost all pink. So there was a part of me that just couldn't let it go. And by leaving up this little edge here, I have a place to hide my knots for the applique stitches. Sorry, I am not a very good. But then also it gives a good place to anchor. So you can see here, this is what it all looks like finished. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to applique around them and add an edging stitch, just so it looks nice and finished. Now, something I also did was I added in these, and I really like them. So these are just little French knots. It's cute, so I think I'm going to add them to this little puppo over here. So yeah, she's turning out to be a cutie. I really like her, this little blue. And you can see here, I had to do some stitching through this heart because I'm a moron and didn't remember that this was here and the mouth was going to go through it. So yeah, I'm a moron. So yeah.